Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Our video today is going to be a half an hour total body stretch. We're going to be working definitely on our hips and hamstrings. Those are the most important parts, I think, but everything's all connected. So we're going to work on some twists, we're going to work on some shoulder mobility, opening up our chest, and then definitely hitting those hips and hamstrings to feel nice and loose by the end of this stretching workout. So we are going to be building a little bit of heat, adding a little bit of core mobility with some of the movements that we'll be doing. It's a great way to see how that flexibility and mobility is coming along, to see if we can move our body and hold our positions with our core strength and with the mobility of our joints. So let's get started. We're going to start in a table. We're going to work our spine a little bit, our breathing, and then we're going to move on after a quick little warm-up stretch to get into those hamstrings after the first sequence. So from here, just breathe in, open up that chest. Breathe out, crunch, push down. Breathe in, take a few more. And out. In. And out. Try to squeeze that core as we go up and as we go down. And breathe in. And breathe out. Keep your knees where they are. Walk your hands out a little bit and push your chest down into the ground. We'll start to lengthen out those arms and chest and shoulders. And slide those hips back. Try to keep long arms. I like to move in these positions a lot. Try to feel which side is tighter. So little movements with my breathing. And relax. All right, so back into our table here. We're gonna start moving side to side with the hips. Let's turn a little bit. So knees together. We're just gonna go side to side. Take it easy with this. Let's start warming up our back, loosening up the hips. Couple more, and then we're gonna add some movement with our shoulders. And over to one side. Take that opposite hand. You're gonna breathe in, open. And breathe out, bring it under. You can let the hips come away on this to get a bit more shoulder stretch. And we're gonna do one more. Ready, open up. And bring it under. And relax, open up those knees. So almost like we're gonna go into a child's pose or just a really bent leg froggy stretch. We're gonna push our hips back, reaching forwards with the arms. And then take that hand we were reaching with, the one that we were moving, and cross it over, trying to stretch into our lat a little bit. And feel a nice little stretch in the inner thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. And back to our table. Let's do the other side. And then we're gonna sit on our butts and start working through those hips and hamstrings a little bit more. So side to side. I love this side to side for loosening up my back. Not that it needs loosening much anymore, but it just feels really good. And here we go. Lean over to the side and open up. This side feels way better today. Reach it under. And one more, open it up. And reach it under. And relax. Good. Open up those knees again. Keep a nice generous bend here with the feet pointed in towards each other. And then feel those hips move back just a little bit, but try to keep that stretch in the inner thigh here, leaning forwards, and then cross over. Nice long arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Nice, you guys. Good. Sitting on the floor. This entire stretch is going to be done on the ground. We're going to do a little bit of stuff from a plank in our stomach. Most of it will be done from our butt and our back. So for here, let's take one leg. We're just going to cross it over, wrap around. One of my favorite ones to do because I can just sit on my chair and do it at home. Pull that knee nice and tight, and if you want to make it a bit harder, scoot the other knee in so it's coming closer into our chest. Try to feel that hip start to open up. Nice straight back here. Breathe into this. That's it. So with every sequence we do, we're gonna kind of hit the same areas over and over from different positions, so they will feel a little bit different, but it's nice to use one sequence to loosen it more so we can go a little deeper in the harder ones. And then I always like to finish with a big open split. It's a great indication of our mobility, especially when you're doing karate and kicking a lot. And relax. All right, tuck that leg in. I'm just gonna give it a nice straight reach for that foot. And as you hold, if you can grab onto your foot or grab onto your ankle, try to focus on your breath. You're gonna breathe in, feel that stretch come a little deeper, and you're gonna breathe out and relax and feel yourself fall a little further down. Relax. We're gonna get to that again, but now we're gonna cross over. We're gonna add a little twist. So take that opposite hand over and then try to push against that hip and turn your shoulders. Relax, good, tuck it in again. So one more, but this time instead of reaching straight, we're gonna turn sideways and try to reach over our head. So we're gonna brace the same side arm and against that leg. We can push into it to help open our chest, and we're gonna reach over and try to lengthen out that side body. One day I will grab my foot this way. It's gonna happen. And turn over, give it one more straight reach on that hamstring. And relax. All right, the other side now. We're ready to cross that leg in. And give that knee a nice tight hug. Relax, beautiful. Tuck that foot in and reaching down for the straight leg. Remember to breathe into all the stretches here. As we breathe in, feel that stretch get a bit tighter. And then breathe out, we relax a little deeper. When you're holding stretches on your own too, I know we're following here and I don't want to be holding them all for too long. But something to think about when we're holding stretches on our own is not to think about setting a timer on it. Try to think about setting a breath mark. So you want to hit 10 deep breaths or 20 deep breaths in the stretch, and that's going to help us feel a lot looser with it and help the muscles settle into the positions a lot better than watching a timer. And up. At least for me it does, because with that timer I'll get a little tense, cross over and twist. But with the breathing, I can focus totally on what I'm doing. And it's gonna add a little bit extra into my stretches. And relax, nice, tuck it in. All right, let's reach over to the side. So brace it inside the leg and then reach over and push into that leg to keep that body sideways. So we're feeling that stretch all down the side of our body. And turn over, one more reach for that straight leg. And relax, perfect. All right, we're gonna flip over onto our stomach and we're gonna start adding just a little bit of movement into our glutes and our core as we do some of these, but we're gonna start with a nice awesome scorpion to open up our chest, and then we're gonna straighten our arm out to move it a little bit further. So take one arm, plant it down, and then we're gonna roll our shoulders open and feel that stretch in our chest. As we feel it, keep your elbow down. You can move further away from it to get a bit of a deeper stretch in that chest. This might feel the best out of any stretch that I do. I say that about a lot of stretches, but something about opening up that chest in the morning. Coffee and chest opening. Honestly, I'm a happy man. 5, 4, 3, and relax. Straighten out that arm. Now we're gonna let that leg come over. This one also feels pretty good. Don't worry about letting that shoulder lift here. We want to worry about that hip flexor stretching in the back and opening our shoulder a bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Perfect. Now we're going to come into a plank, push ourselves up. We're going to do a little bit of movement with that leg here. We're going to do 4 reps of something, and then we're going to stretch out a little bit more. So from a plank, I don't want us to push our shoulders back yet. I want us to lift our heel as high as we can, and then push back. And then we're going to bring our knee under to the opposite elbow and hold it as high as we can. That's 1. Lift the heel, bring it back, and bring it to the same side shoulder. That's 2. We have 1 more each. Ready, heel up, straight body, and then push back. And under. There's 3. 1 more time, then we place that foot down. Ready, up and back. And squeeze and try to put that foot down right by your hand and land into that nice long lunge. Just let it settle for a second. You can shorten it up if you want. Let's turn this way a little bit and keep that hand on the ground. We're going to open up and twist. And we're going to try to pick up that back foot and grab it with our hands. Shorten your lunge as much as you need to get that quad stretch here. That's it. Let's hold this one a little longer than some of the other ones. It's hard to find comfortable positions to stretch my quads sometimes, so I always sit in this a little longer than everything else. Couple more breaths. And down, nice. Now from our lunge, let's just get nice and deep here. See if you can get your elbows down. That's pretty tough sometimes. So hands and chest down to the ground. And let's straighten out, give our hamstring a little more love. Keep those hips nice and high and try to aim your head for your foot for this one. The first one to do it will win a big, big prize. Head to foot. And pull back. We're gonna do a couple more mobility tests here. So we're gonna pull back into that long lunge, tuck those back toes, and from here we're gonna try to press our back knee up and lift our foot in the same position. We're gonna try to do this one 3 times. So we're gonna breathe in, open the chest, and we're gonna breathe out and try to lift. And down. Ready, hamstring stretch. And pull it back, breathe in, and lift. And down. One more time, ready, hamstring stretch. And pull it back, breathe in, and lift. And relax, good. From here, we're gonna cross it under. And then come into a nice, awesome pigeon. Keep those shoulders up if we want it first, or just sink down into it. Give your knee as much bend as you need to feel that stretch right where we want to feel it. All right, we got a little bit more to do from here until before we go and work our shoulders and chest a little bit more to finish up our set. So from here, we're gonna take our hands, try to walk them over, and work a twist into our pigeon. Couple more breaths. And back to the middle, try to sink down a bit lower. And relax. All right, untuck that leg. We're gonna do a little bit more with that on our butt after we sit back on the ground, but through the other side. So we're gonna come down to our stomach now. Again, I want you guys to think about maybe warming up our arms a little bit as we do this movement. We're gonna work into an upward dog by pushing into our triceps and squeezing our hands into the floor. Ready? And breathe in. Squeeze. And breathe out. And maybe pull them back a little more if we have more in us, more looseness in our core. Ready? And squeeze. Breathe in. And down. One more time. Ready? And breathe in. And down. Coming back into our table. Walking our hands out. Pushing our chest down. And holding here. And keep your elbows on the ground. I want you to try to bring your hands behind your head. And relax. And take a couple breaths. All right, let's do the other side, starting with our scorpion. So lying down nice and flat. Elbow is bent, palm on the ground, and then push that chest open. This feels so good. So good. And bring it back, straighten the arm, and now lift the leg and bring it over. And relax. All right, so we're gonna start moving out of our plank now with that leg. So we're gonna push up to the top. Remember, we gotta lift the heel as high as we can first before pushing back into that downward dog. So our heel goes up, and then we push back and bring our knee under. Opposite elbow as high as we can. And lift the heel, push it back, and bring it to the same side shoulder. One more each, lift the heel, push it back. And under. Last one, lift the heel, push it back. And same side shoulder, place that foot down, drop that knee, and get comfy in the lunge for a second or two. We're gonna shorten it up for the twist and the quad, but let's let it settle for a few more breaths. And shorten it up, place that hand down, ready, and open up, twist. Pushing into your knee to get a bit more mobility with this. And pick up that back foot, try to grab it, and pull it in nice and tight. You can rest on your knee, keep your hand on the ground. Try to keep the hips pushing forwards as you do it to get a little bit in our hip flexor too. More breath. And down. Nice, you guys. Good. So in that long lunge, let's feel that stretch elbow down, chest down. See if we can get that knee above our shoulder. And push it back for the hamstring. Keep that leg nice and locked out and those hips high, right above the knee, reaching our head for our foot. All right, so let's feel that stretch a little bit here. When we move again, we're gonna move into that mobility test, trying to push up into our plank and our high plank with that knee in the same position that it was and the foot above the ground. Ready, and pulling it back. Hands on the ground, breathe in and breathe out. Lift everything up, stomach, knee, foot, squeeze. And back down and push it back. Stretch that hammy. And pull it back, breathe in. And 2. And back down, push it back. Feel that stretch, one more time. We gotta keep that core as tight as we can and see if we can hold that stretch with just our core strength. Pull it back and breathe in, breathe out, lift, and down. Nice, we're gonna cross it under, hit a little pigeon. Pay attention to which knee, which side needs more bend in the knee for the pigeon. It's a great indication of balance in our body as our hip mobility on either side. So for me, the other side feels tighter. So I try to usually hit that one first. It's just a good thing to be aware of. It's always good to have knowledge of how our body likes to move, maybe what created those habits or what habits created that imbalance, because we're never going to be perfectly balanced on either side. I don't want to say never, but it seems like a very hard thing to pursue. All right, let's let that stretch settle a little bit more before we walk over and twist. And take those hands, walk them over, shoulders over, and see if you can get your knee, your opposite shoulder, down towards your knee. Feel that awesome stretch. Relax back to the middle and let it go. Nice, you guys. All right, back to our stomachs. Let's do 3 of these again. Trying to pull those shoulders back, opening up our chest, palms on the ground, elbows on the ground, and breathe in. Squeeze the triceps up and down. A little bit more. Still a nice stretch in our abs here. Ready, and 2. And down. One more time, breathe in big, ready, 3. And down, and back into our table. Let's stretch this chest out one more time. Walk those hands out, and push the chest down. Settle for a breath or 2, and then if it felt good, keep the elbows down, bring the hands behind the head to stretch into our triceps a little harder. And relax. All right, so I saved this one for last. We're gonna start in a butterfly, and I hate the butterfly, but let's start with it now. We're gonna finish with a little bit more on our back and a little bit more core after we open up our split. So feet together. Doesn't need to be super tight in. Hold on to those ankles, push the knees down, try to open up the hips. And if you guys are better at this than I am, you can walk your hands forwards or try to keep a nice straight back and reach your chest forwards this way. and relax. All right, open it up. We're gonna play with one side here and our split. Then we'll do the other. So from here, I'm gonna keep my legs. Doesn't need to be super huge open where it's like painful for you guys to hold. Somewhere comfortable where we feel a little stretch. We can keep our feet nice and strong and our back straight. We're gonna take the opposite side of the side we're gonna reach to, grab, and then turn it over, and then we can twist a little bit with it too. Keep a nice straight back here as we turn our shoulders a little bit, a couple more breaths, and then we're gonna keep this twist as we reach down for that knee, for that shin. And good, now keep that twisted arm, the one that we want, on the outside. The other one is gonna plant behind us, so we have some support. I want you to think about bringing your opposite shoulder down towards your knee as you reach down. So we're getting a nice deep twist in our stretch here. And try to turn your shoulders straight and then reach down for the ankle, for the foot, and breathe into your reach. And relax. All right, in the middle, we're gonna do a couple things, then we're gonna lay on our backs. So we're gonna walk our hands out till we feel a nice little stretch here. We're gonna do 3 of these. Ready? We're gonna take our hands, breathe in, and reach as far as we can, like you're reaching at me through the screen. Breathe in, reach, and breathe out, relax. Let that back round a little bit. 2 more times, ready? And breathe in, breathe out. And last one, breathe in, and breathe out. And close those legs. All right, sitting on the ground, so the side that we reach to, that's the side we're gonna be moving here. So I'm gonna be sitting with my hands on the ground. I'm gonna do 3 of these, and I'm gonna do a couple stretches on my back. I'm gonna work my core, my mobility, my core strength when I do this. So sitting on my hands, try not to lean back yet, but we are gonna lean back as we do it. Flex that foot strong, heel out. Ready, bring your knee to your shoulder as tight as you can, or your chest, squeeze. Now we're gonna try to keep that tightness as we come down, down, down. No hands, just with your core strength. Squeeze. Try to extend your leg. Bring it back in. And then we're gonna try to keep that tightness as we come up, 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 and extend. I'm gonna do 2 more like that. Knee to chest. Lay back slow. Extend the leg. And back. And then up. Up, up. The up part is very hard. 1 more time. Ready? And crunch. And down. And extend. And back. And up. And relax. Grab the outside of that foot. We're going to do a little twist over. And we're going to lay down. 1, and laying back down. We're gonna do laying down pigeon, so you can use your other leg to pull it in, or if you want, you can just grab your foot and keep the other one extended. That makes it a little bit harder, because we're gonna be activating or stretching into that other hip flexor too. And you can see I have tight ones. 5. And relax. All right, 2 more, and then we're gonna start from the butterfly again. So one of my favorites here, we're finishing with a couple of my favorites. So many favorites. Grab the knee, twist over. And then keep that twist. And try not to move your shoulders, but try to extend that foot out. You can grab it with your hand if it feels all right. And then keep the extended leg. And relax, bring that foot just outside your butt, as much bend as you want, and let that knee fall into the middle. And then you can use your other heel to push it down a bit further if you guys want to make it a bit deeper. Or if you're really flexible, you can put this foot on something and then let your knee come in to the middle if you feel loose in the quads and the hip and the back. And let it go. Said Elsa, sitting up, feet together. All right, let's do the other side, starting with the butterfly. Pull them in nice and tight. Push those knees down. One side feels so much better than the other right now. Crazy. And up. All right, let's open up those legs. And start with our shoulder twist. Ready? Arm out and turn, and then you can turn your shoulders. Having something to support your back is good sometimes too, but I also do really like using our own core strength and our own mobility to support ourselves through these stretches. So if you're just starting with your stretching and you feel like it's really hard and you feel really tight, then using a support is going to be helpful because we're doing a long stretch here, about half hour. But eventually you want to get to the point where you can do most of these holds without the support. All right, now keep that twist, grab the outside of the leg, other hand down behind, and then pull that opposite shoulder down into the knee, towards the knee. Definitely not hitting the knee. Forget to breathe. All right, try to straighten your shoulders towards your foot. Grab on if you can with two hands or your ankle. Try to make sure both arms are reaching. It's going to help encourage our straight twist over towards our leg, so our chest is facing down. And relax, good. Walking back out to the middle. We got 3 more of these. Walk those hands out, ready. Breathe in, reach for me like you want to give me a hug. And breathe out, relax. And again, breathe in, reach. And breathe out. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. When we do that reach up, it's activating our hamstrings, our groin a little bit. As we're in this big stretchy position and we're creating strength, a little bit of strength and resistance through those big stretchy movements and positions in our body, and it's a great way for us to avoid injuries and to strengthen up our muscles in their most vulnerable positions. All right, so sitting back on our hands, let's do this, 3 of them. Take that knee, bring it into the chest or the shoulder. Oh, this one goes way closer. Lay down with it, slow, keep it as tight as you can, extend the leg, bring it back in. And then come up with it, and out. Swing those arms if you need to for that last crunch, it's tough. Ready, knee in, and down. Extend, and back, and up, and out. One more time, ready, breathe in, breathe out, crunch. Lay down, breathe in, breathe out, crunch, and up. And extend. Nice. Grab the outside of that foot. Rest on your other hand here behind you so you can lean on it as much as you need. Pull it over. And laying down, cross it over. So keep that figure four position here, or just grab onto your ankle and pull that foot in with the knee across. Whatever feels like it's giving you a better stretch. And let it go. Ready, bring it down by the hip or the waist, cross it over. And keep that twist here. You can grab your foot to extend the leg out, or just let it fall down there. Try to keep those toes flexed back, the heel flexed out. So we're going to stretch down through the outside of our knee and lower, as well as the outside of our hamstring or IT band. And relax, ready, bring that foot lined up, just back by the butt. On the outside, remember we can always raise it on something if we're really flexible in this position. And let that knee come in, and then we can use our other heel to push it down a little more. And feel that nice quad stretch into our hip flexor. Relax, good work you guys, sitting up. Take a couple breaths, awesome job with that full body stretch. I hope you guys feel as loose as me right now. I'm ready for bed or ready for my day, whatever time of day I decide to do it in, but that one specifically I like to do at night. The way I finish with the outside of my leg there just puts me out like a light, and it feels so good in the morning when I wake up after I've been doing it consistently. I feel loose and fresh and ready to move, and it's going to make my workouts more effective too. So I hope you guys had fun with that. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel. I can post more stretching videos. Sometimes I don't do enough of these, so if you guys want to see more, any feedback is always appreciated, and let me know what you want to see. I can do ones with longer stretches or shorter stretches or certain areas of our body too. You guys let me know what you want to see and I will make it for you. So let's have some fun with that. Let's work on our stretching, our mobility, get the most out of our workouts and our activities that way by having a loose and strong body that can do anything we want it to do. We're going to be confident with our movement, and we're going to get that by stretching and by working on our mobility in our core. So awesome job, you guys. I'll see you guys later. Let's keep stretching, let's keep working hard, and you guys are awesome.